Hello everyone, welcome to this session on the policies and regulations which are there to promote the energy storage sector in India. So first of all, I am Dr. Vipin Kumar, Senior Deputy Director at Central Electricity Authority. It needs to be stressed that this video is only for information purposes and in no way represent the views of the government. So let us move forward. This will be the overall content of the video. We will first discuss the requirement of energy storage in India, considering the global warming and climate change. Then we will discuss the scope which is there for energy storage sector in India. After that, we will give a detailed framework of the policies and regulations which are there to promote the energy storage sector. Thereafter, we will discuss the challenges which are there for the growth of energy storage sector. And finally, we will give the future scope of work. So, as you all aware that our current century is grappling with the problem of global warming. So, this global warming is basically due to the some increased concentration of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. Now, around 32% of the greenhouse gases is by electricity and heat sector. So we can reduce the greenhouse gases emissions from the electricity sector by increasing the renewable energy into our energy electricity mix. So renewable energy like solar and wind, they have the advantage that they do not emit any greenhouse gases. So accordingly, our country has determined to achieve around 50% of the installed power capacity from non-fossil fuel-based sources by 2030. So non-fossil fuel sources includes nuclear energy also along with the renewable energy. Now the major portion has been planned to come from renewable energy, and in renewable energy also the major portion has been planned to come from solar and wind. Now we know that the solar and wind, they are fluctuating and intermittent sources. So it is a well-known fact that the fluctuating and intermittent generation from renewable energy that leads to fluctuations in frequency and voltage levels at the grid. So it is a well-known fact that renewable energy leads to fluctuations in voltage and frequency due to its intermittent and variable nature. Now, to integrate renewable energy effectively into the grid, we need some backup source of power which can store electricity during period of excess generation from the renewable energy plants, which can be utilized during the periods of deficient generation from the renewable energy plants. So there comes the role of energy storage systems. So the energy storage systems can serve this purpose. Now, the various energy storage technologies, they have been classified into thermal energy storage, mechanical energy storage, electrical energy storage, hybrid, chemical, electrochemical. We don't need to go into details at this moment. So the National Electricity Plan launched by Central Electricity Authority, it has projected that our country needs around 61 gigawatt of energy storage by 2930, which needs to be scaled to 320 gigawatt by 2047. In this, 42 gigawatt has to come from BESS by 2930 and 230 gigawatt has to come from BESS by 2047. So BESS is basically battery energy storage systems. In our country, we have mainly pump storage projects and battery energy storage for energy storing purposes. So PSP is a good source of energy storage, However, it is localized and it has a long gestation period. So in the short term, we need battery at present. Both of these are not competing against each other. They are complementary in nature. So this is the energy storage requirement in terms of gigawatt hour. The present status of energy storage system in India is very meager. We have only 8 number of projects which are under operation, 6 number in under construction, and lot of projects in are in tender stage. Now we will discuss in detail the policy framework which is there for the promotion of energy storage sector in India. So this is a timeline of the evolution of acts, policies and regulations along with the schemes. I think we can skip this part and move to the detailed discussions. So we have categorized the various policies and regulations in different categories. First, we will discuss those which are providing the legal framework for energy storage sector. So the Ministry of Power has given a legal status to the energy storage systems via its order dated 29th January 2022. Energy storage systems have been recognized as an essential part of the power system as defined under Clause 50 and Section 2 of the Electricity Act. So, energy storage systems can be a standalone or complementary to generation, transmission, and distribution. It is important to note that they will be provided the same status based on its area of application, that is, generation, transmission, or distribution. Also, the energy storage systems have been included in the technical standards for connectivity to grid regulations, which allow them to be connected to the grid. Now, the Ministry of Power has also launched the TBCB bidding guidelines for round-the-clock RE supply, so tariff-based competitive bidding guidelines. We also have the guidelines for procurement and utilization of battery energy storage systems. So these guidelines provide the standardization and uniformity in procurement of battery energy storage systems. Now, the Ministry of Power has also launched the energy storage obligation, which the obligated entities needs to fulfill. So we have a trajectory which increases from 1% to 4% from 2023-24 to 29-30. Now, the Ministry of Power has also launched the Electricity Right of Consumer Amendment Rules 2022, which provides for replacement of DG sets with RE and storage in the coming 5 years, or any different timeline if specified by the state electricity regulatory commissions. So this is exactly what the rule says. Rule 10 of sub rule 6. Rule 10 sub rule 6, it states that the consumers who are using the diesel generator sets as essential backup power shall endeavor to shift to cleaner technologies such as renewable energy with battery storage and the like in 5 years from the date of commencement of these rules, or as per the timelines given by the State Commission for its replacement based on the reliability of supply in that city covered under the area of supply of the distribution licensee. Now, the Ministry of Central Electricity Authority has issued the guidelines for assessment of resource adequacy studies. So these guidelines incorporate energy storage system also as an essential part of the power system. The Central Electricity Authority has also published the resources adequacy studies of around 30 states and UTs, which are available on the website. The Ministry of Power has issued national framework for promoting energy storage. It basically covers the summary of all the acts policies which were there in 2023. Now we will discuss the policies and regulations which incentivize the energy storage systems. So we have RE must run rules which also apply to the energy storage systems. ESS is also eligible for waiver of interstate transmission system charges. Now ESS has been included in the harmonized master list of infrastructure, which ensures easier access to institutional credit and concessional funds, etc. Now we will look at some policies and regulations which are there for the electricity, for the energy storage systems in the electricity market. ESS is eligible to participate. ESS can give the ancillary services. Now they can participate in the HP DAM, high price day ahead market. Now there are some schemes to accelerate ESS deployment. First is the scheme for flexibility in generation and scheduling of thermal or hydropower stations through bundling with RE and storage power. So basically, this scheme, under this scheme, the thermal and hydro power plants they can participate, and the quantum of their PPA requirement they can fulfill that through renewable energy and storage plants. A trajectory has been fixed by Ministry of Power for certain plants to replace their thermal and hydro with the renewable energy plants. Now we have VGF scheme for better energy storage system, which has been approved by Union Cabinet in September 2023. It envisages deployment of 4,000 megawatt hour of BESS projects by 2030-31. We also have a PLI scheme for grid scale battery energy storage systems. Now we'll discuss some research and development activities which the government is taking for energy storage systems. So we have the National Mission on Advanced and High Impact Research. This mission basically funds the latest and emerging technologies in the energy sector. So the areas identified to be funded for research under these categories, there are 8 areas. One of these is to develop the alternatives to lithium-ion battery storage. So challenges in electricity energy storage sector is cost, standards and regulations is being formulated. Supply chain and raw material is also a problem. So some environmental impact is also there. Research and development activities needs to be promoted. We also need international collaboration to learn more technologies. Now the major stakeholders like DISCOMs, they need to be aware about the storage benefits. So we conclude the session by energy storage systems are crucial for integration of renewable energy sources. India is taking significant steps to promote the energy storage sector adoption through legal recognition, incentives, and other measures. The challenges we discussed needs to be overcome. ESS is going to play a vital role in creating a sustainable and clean energy future globally and in India. So thanks, and due to paucity of time, we cannot discuss these topics in detail. If something concerns you, please comment in the section. Uh, I will try to make a detailed video on that topic also. Thanks for your patience and time. See you. Bye bye.